Welcome back to another trading video. In this video, I want to talk about Babylon. I want to do my own price prediction and have a talk about this launch. I want to show you guys my own personal strategy and how I plan to extract as much capital from this project as possible. Babylon just launched with big support from Binance, many eyes on the project, massive trading volumes. You can see the trading volume peaking at $1.2 billion. That is absolutely insane. This actually gives us an amazing platform to do future trading on because there is going to be stability due to the amount of people interacting with the project, which is perfect for my own strategy, and I'll go through all of this here soon in the video. Let's start by accepting that this is a big project supported by big players, and we're not really going to be able to affect it in any way, shape or form. What we do and how we trade is not going to affect the price or the project at all. Let's jump over to TradingView and have a look at the project. Here, for example, we have Vera, a project that we have been analyzing deeply here and doing some nice trades with, but let's have a look at Babylon. Right now, we have a very freaky trend. It looks a bit like we can't really do anything with this data, and that is correct. On the 4-hour time frame, we can't really do anything, and on the daily time frame, well, it's just 4 candles. We can't really do anything with this at all. And the first candle here, it doesn't really count because, you know, it's going everywhere. So let's head in on the 2-hour time frame and with the goal of getting ahead. This is our only goal right now. On the 2-hour time frame, we do have, as you can see, a trend forming, and this is a solid trend that you could be trading. Right now, if you ended with this trend here just a couple of hours ago, you would already be in profit. If we look at the flip right here and mark to where we are right now, you would be in 20% profit, and with 2x leverage, that would be 40% profit. However, there are some risks involved with trading on the 2-hour time frame, and especially on newer projects like this, where a 4-hour or a daily time frame has not yet formed. We don't know when they will start marketing heavily or when other things will interact with the project, for example, big whales or similar, moving the project very, very fast. So this doesn't seem very volatile when you look at the trend, but we gotta remember that this is the 2-hour trend, and a move like this here, just this sudden pump here within 2 hours, this is a 34% pump, meaning if you use the regular trend trading strategy with a 30% stop loss that we normally use when extracting money from these projects, what would happen is that you could have been stop lossed out very, very fast and would have lost 30%. Staying on the 2-hour time frame, we can see if we also can spot some support and resistance levels here that will help us in putting in future trades. We of course have one on the $0.1. That's just going to be a no-brainer, and we are approaching that level right now. We kind of bounced on it here and kind of bounced on it again, but it's the 2-hour time frame, so it's so damn volatile and it's almost impossible to predict when it's faster. So what we can do is wait this one out. We will see if it breaks down or breaks out. But me personally, what I do is I trade on the 4-hour time frame up here. I put it on the 4-hour, and right now we have no trend flip. We are in a confirmed uptrend, and since we're still in an uptrend, this would assume that we could actually break out and go for an uptrend. If we then combine this with the fact that Bitcoin is also in an uptrend here on the 4-hour time frame, looking at the daily time frame on Bitcoin, we're about to head into an uptrend on the daily time frame on Bitcoin, which is a really big deal. This gives us additional strength for altcoins, but it's all going to be decided if it's going to be supported by the $0.1 level or not. To be very direct with you guys here with my plan and how I'm going to play this, yes, we could have some fun and play it on the 2-hour time frame, but I'm trying to optimize my strategy here for the 4-hour time frame so that I don't have to sit in the graphs constantly. If I trade on the 4-hour time frame, for example, I can check in on the market in the morning and later in the day, and then I don't even have to check it in the evening, which is very, very nice. It's an extraction process of capital that supports my life, and I'm not a slave to the graphs or the market itself. So what I'm doing here personally, I'm just waiting for a confirmed 4-hour trend, and then we're executing the trades. But we have already some very strong trends forming here, a downtrend, a support and resistance level, and we're gonna have a decision within a couple of days. Within a couple of days, we will know where this project is going, if it's going downhill or if it's going uphill. If it's falling below this here, we're probably going to have a confirmed downtrend on the 4-hour time frame. And if it breaks out, we might not even get a flip. And that would be very interesting, because when do you actually enter the project then? If you have the balls, you could try to enter it on the 2-hour time frame when that flips into an uptrend. If it breaks through, then you could try to enter on the 2-hour time frame when the indicator flips green, which will give you a very, very strong entry point. But it does come with some risks on being on the faster time frame. If you can afford that risk, maybe if you're trading on just 2x leverage like me, then it could play out perfectly fine. We do have plenty of volatility. Like normally if I zoom in, I get a better perspective of the project. This is sort of how I would represent the project: big and fast moving, easy to get liquidated, big risk, big rewards. That is what we have ahead of us. So I'm not gonna trade this with 100% of my capital for altcoins, not even 50%, maybe 25% at most. Currently I just have one active trade on Bera, and that is what I'm trading at the moment, trying to extract as much capital as possible. We saw some really strong trends on Bera, and I'm hoping to see a similar pattern play out here, where we get a really strong uptrend followed by a really strong downtrend, giving us maximum extraction capabilities. Looking at a price prediction here for Babylon, this is going to be very, very interesting. If it breaks down, when we look on the 2-hour time frame, if it doesn't go into an uptrend and it actually breaks down, I think we're heading for the next support and resistance level. And I think that's going to be the $0.075 level, a little bit on that level. And if you look here in the beginning, it's more like the 0.7 level. But since these touches here didn't go as low, I think we could be seeing it go all the way down to $0.075, which is a massive shorting opportunity. If it goes below, if it forms a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame, if you short it all the way down here, that's going to be some massive and juicy gains. We actually hope it plays out like that before swapping into an uptrend. That would be the most optimal way to trade this project right now. But if that doesn't happen and it breaks out through here, I think we could easily be seeing $0.15. I think that would be a no-brainer. That's sort of where we have the next step here. You can see 1, 2, 3 touches to, well, actually way above that. That's kind of interesting. It's more like the $0.16 level or $0.165 level. It's moved so fast and being very, very volatile here. So it's more reasonable to say that it's going to break through. If it breaks through here, that it could be heading for the $0.165 level. And of course, since we're all looking at the same graphs, most people will be drawing the same conclusion, and I would play it around the $0.16 level. I think that would be playing it a little bit more safe. So if it breaks through, this is where it will be going in between, and that is the next level that it will be heading for. These are my 2 price predictions. If it forms a solid downtrend on a 4-hour time frame, we will be seeing it hit $0.075 or touching it at least once. If it doesn't enter a solid downtrend and breaks out instead, then we will be seeing it going for the $0.16 level. And if it manages to break through, holding the uptrend, doesn't fall again, then we will be seeing new territory. Impossible to predict, but it will be going higher, probably very easily reaching above the $0.2 level, and with marketing going even higher than that. But you would already be locked in a solid trade right then, and you would be following the trend until it flips into a downtrend, extracting as much capital as possible, moving your stop loss along the way up with the project. If you want to see my trades live, I post them live on Patreon exactly when I place my trades. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all make massive gains, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.